how to access Viewpoint and look through some information. So you start on the Rocori homepage. You go to Viewpoint under the Staff tab. You use your username and password. This should be similar to your computer login. If not, feel free to ask Sam Court or our district assessment coordinator to get that password. Luckily, the wonderful Pete Warren allowed me to use his account so that you could see it as a teacher's side. So when you first log in, you get this lovely screen that looks like it has nothing. However, on this left side over here, you can see that we have some drop-down menus. So first thing on the drop-down menu is the year. So you can go quite a ways back in Viewpoint for data from previous year's students. We want this year's students since it's the 2022-2023 school year. If you are somebody who has access to more than one school, that would be the next thing to select when searching for information. And then if you were specifically looking for a certain grade, you could filter that. For Pete's sake here, let's say we want to find information about his civics class. If you have a different class you'd like to find information for, that's where you would find it. And if you have more than one period, if you want to search by the different periods, you could, or you could keep it as all. You could search by students here if you would like, but in this case we won't. Then we have some various reports here. Your administrator will kind of let you know what report you are looking for, but most common used report in terms of teachers is test performance. So under assessment reports, we select test performance. We have a series of tests available to us as teachers. So this first drop-down menu will go through all the tests that are available. So the MCA is on here. MTask, remember, are for those students who qualify usually in our special ed programming under DCD. And FAST is what's going to be the future. Right now we have STAR available, but that will be the future is FAST. And then access testing is for those EL kiddos, so you can see that information as well. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to say let's look at our MCA results. Now, if we go to reading results or math, most people will go for reading. You shouldn't need to switch anything here except if you want tested, not tested, or all students. So I'm going to hit all at first to kind of show you why that's important. So here's the all. So we're not seeing any results for the MCA because I selected the wrong title. So I just wanted to show, just because you see no results doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's because I selected the MCA 3, which these folks wouldn't have taken unless I went back quite a few years. So I want to make sure I select that one accountability test instead. Then you can look by proficiency, achievement level, and a couple other areas. So this is telling Pete that 8 of his students did not test. 11 of his 51 students did not meet their reading expectations. 11 partially met, 18 meets, and only 3 exceeds. If Pete wanted to see who falls in those categories, you could click on those and then it would show exactly who those are. Now, I'm not going to click on those because we don't want to show those names in our online information. So I'm going to go to a different set of classes, his World Political Geography classes. Again, it's processing, and I click the nice thing to show. Now you can see, well, there's hardly any of them who tested because most likely these kids are probably in the grade levels who didn't take the MCA. So if I move back a year and let it cycle the report again, there we go. So this was probably mainly 10th graders. His other group was ninth graders. So I had to change the year in which they took the test to see the results. So now I see out of his world political geography class, the 41 students that he has in those classes, 10 exceeded, 12 met, 8 partially met, 2 did not meet, and 9 had no test score. So either we don't have the information or they didn't test and they opted out. So it's important that you not only make sure that you're on the right test, that you're also switching the season to get the information. And then like I can go back another year and see what the year before that looks like for these students, etc. So you can see that's the year of COVID, 1920, when we didn't test. So I go back another year. Sorry, it takes a little while for it to process. And then we can see those same students. You can see a lot more of them either did not test or we don't have data for them, meaning they could have came from another district. Partially meets, exceeds, and meets. So that's kind of a little area to show how you find test performance. There are a lot of other reports available to you, but most likely your administrator will ask for that. But there are some student demographic explorers and some other areas in which you can explore different categories. And you can do that within here as well, but that would be for another video. So I hope this helps you be able to find some testing information on students in any of your classrooms. Just remember you need to select that top left box here. And when you get down to assessment and test performance, that you select the proper boxes up here. And it might mean going back a couple years to get when they were in 8th grade or a grade where they took that MCA. And the same thing with STAR. If they don't take STAR in a specific grade, then you might have to go back to another year or forward to another year to get their STAR data. All right, thank you.